Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. So we are going to recite a new verse, Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 9. We learned text 23. After text 22, text 23. We'll learn text 23. Chapter 9, text 23. Please repeat after me. So in text 22, we learnt about pure unalloyed devotees. Now we'll learn text 23. येऽप्यन्य देवता भक्ता यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेऽपि मामेव कौन्तेय यजन्त्यविधिपूर्वकम्। येऽप्यन्य देवता भक्ता यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेऽपि मामेव कौन्तेय यजन्त्यविधिपूर्वकम्। येऽप्यन्य देवता भक्ता यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेऽपि मामेव कौन्तेय यजन्त्यविधिपूर्वकम्। Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith
and who worships them with faith
only me. O son of
And to worship only me.
but they do
O
so
son of
in a
Kunti.
wrong way.
But they do so in a wrong way.
Yeah. Does anyone need to go first? You can start reciting. So we'll just go in order then. Achitpriya Mataji, you can start. You want to go, Lokesh?
Mataji. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yepyam anya devata bhakta yajante shrattayanvita tepi mam eva kaunteya yajanti avidipurvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way.
Yes. Achitpriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. One glories to Dasi Mataji.
Dandavat
Jai
Pranam
Srila
Mataji. Jai
Prabhupada.
Srila
Jai
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
Yes, Mataji.
तेऽपि अन्यदेवता भक्ता यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्वितः तेऽपि माम् एव कौन्तेय यजन्ते त्याह विधिपूर्वकम्. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Achintadev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the humble devotees.
Please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Please repeat, Prabhuji. Yepyanya devata bhakta.
Yepi anya devata bhakta
Yajante shraddhayanvitah.
yajante shraddha yanvitaha
Tepi mameva kaunteya.
tepi mame iva kunteya
Yajanti avidhipurvakam.
yajanti avidhi purvakam. Translation: those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Arunita and Aditi Lata Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances. Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Yepi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayan yanvita tepi mam eva kaunteya yajanti avidhi purvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Arunita?
She's not available now, Mataji.
Okay. Inba Inia, Jai Shri Mataji and Jai Ganesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Epyanya devata bhakta yajante shraddayanvita tepi mameva kaunteya yajantya vidhipurvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way.
Inia?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yepyanya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvita tepi mameva kaunteya yajantya vidhipurvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship me only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way.
Yeah. Mataji and Prabhuji are there?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Te api anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitaha te api mameva kaunteya yajantyan vidhi purvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Epi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitaha epi mameva kampeya yajante avidipurvakam. Translation from Srila Prabhupada. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Isha Krishna Shish Madhava Rasapriya. Unable to hear you.
Yanya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvita tepi mameva kamteya yajante vidipurvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way.
Yeah. Madhava.
Yepi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvita Yepi mam eva kamteya yajantya vidipurvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship me, only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in the wrong way.
Rasapriya.
Yepi mam anya
Yepi Anya.
yepi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvita tepi mameva kamteya yajantya vidipurvakam.
Translation.
Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship me, O self-Kunti, but they do so the wrong way.
Yeah. Shramana Gopika Mataji and Prabhuji are going to recite.
Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Guru Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Go ahead, Mataji.
Epi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitaha tepi mam eva kaunteya yajanti avidipurvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Thank you, Mataji. Prabhu is not.
Okay. Medha Usha Mataji. Okay, maybe they're not here. Priyanka Mataji. Not able
Hare
to
Krishna Mataji. No, Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble
Yeah.
obeisances, Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Yepi anya devata bhakta yante shraddhayanvitaha tepi mameva kaunteya yanti avidipurvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way.
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna. Pragnya and Saujanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yepi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvita tepi mameva kaunteya yajanti avidipurvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji is there?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Epi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvita tepi mam eva kaunteya yajante avidhi purvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Hare Krishna.
Suvarnangi Mataji, Suhrit Spurti, Shiv Kumar Prabhu.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita 9.23. Ye pi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvita tepi mam eva kaunteya yajantya avidhi purvakam. Translation: those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship me only. Only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Spurti, Mataji, Prabhuji are going to recite.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yepi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitaha tepi mam eva kaunteya yajante avidhipurvakam. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Spurti.
Yeah, but
okay, repeat after me. Ye pyanya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitaah tepi mameva kaunteya yajanti avidhipurvakam.
Translation: those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship me only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way.
Yes, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Suvarnangi Mataji is going to read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Epi anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitaha vitaha tepi mam eva kaunteya yajante avidhipurvakam. Translation: those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Thank you.
Thank you. Shri Radhe Shravani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranams. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Ye apya anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitaha te api mameva kaunteya yajantya vidhipurvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Thank you. Okay, everyone has recited? All right. So here, what is Krishna saying? That those who are devotees of other gods and who are worshipping them with faith, actually they are worshipping me only. So is it okay to worship the other gods because that is also worshipping Krishna only? Is it okay that we can worship anyone and that's also because everything is Krishna? So I can worship one particular demigod and Krishna is saying they are also worshipping me only. Then somebody can question that, oh, then why you give bhakti only to those who worship you? If worshippers of demigods are also worshipping you, you should give bhakti to them also. Why you don't give them bhakti? Then Krishna's answer is, yes, they are worshipping me, but they are doing avidhi purvakam, not vidhi purvakam. The proper way of worshipping me is direct worship. But this is the improper way of worshipping me. Therefore, you don't get the same result. When you worship the demigods, you don't get the same result as you worship the Lord. Although worshipping the demigods is also worshipping the Lord only because nothing is separate from Him. So what we have to understand here is the consciousness of the worshipper. Worshipper of the demigod is called a karmi. We already saw Vishwarupa Upasaka, Pratika Upasaka. You remember? Vishwarupa Upasaka is worshipping everything as Lord Vishnu. everything as Lord Vishnu. What is the Lord saying here? You worship anyone, that's also worshipping me only. But it is avidhi purvakam. So the consciousness of Vishwarupa Upasaka is, he's seeing everything is Vishnu and I am worshipping that Vishnu in everything. So his consciousness is, he's seeing himself as a servant of Vishnu. He is seeing himself as a worshipper of Vishnu. As a worshipper of Vishnu. And he's seeing that same Vishnu in everything. So who is he worshipping? When he's bowing down to a tree, when he's bowing down before Brahmaji, when he's bowing down before Durga Devi, when he's bowing down before anyone, what is he seeing? He's thinking, I'm worshipping Lord Vishnu. What is the position of this person who's worshipping a demigod worshipper? In the 7th chapter also Krishna said, they're actually less intelligent, those who worship the demigods, but I only give them Shraddha in their heart towards that particular demigod, and I only give them the result also through that demigod. I'm inspiring them to worship a particular demigod and I'm giving the result of the worship also through that demigod. So what is the consciousness of a demigod worshipper? He's worshipping a particular demigod. Is he seeing this demigod is actually a vibhuti of Lord Vishnu? So by bowing down before this demigod, I'm actually bowing down before my Lord, before Lord Vishnu. Is that what he's thinking? No. A demigod worshipper is thinking, my Lord Shiva, my Lord Durga Devi, my Lord Surya, my Lord Indra. He is the supreme. He can give me everything. Or whether you worship Indra or you worship Vishnu, it's the same thing. That means they're on the same level. You understand? That's actually an offense. To see that whether I worship Indra, whether I worship Lord Shiva, whether I worship Surya or I worship Ganesha, it's the same as worshipping Lord Vishnu, because everything, they don't see everything is Vishnu. They're saying, whatever you worship, it's the same. You worship Vishnu, it's the same. You worship Indra, it's the same. That's not the proper consciousness. And if I'm worshipping a particular demigod, this demigod is all in all. This is the greatest. Not that this particular demigod is actually a vibhuti of the Supreme Lord. They don't see that. That is the difference. Okay. So therefore Krishna is saying, yes, worshippers of demigods are also my worshippers, but avidhi purvakam. This is not vidhi purvakam. That's the important point. So let us now read Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8. I think we are still in chapter 19. Yes, text 33. Text 33, I think I did already. Maybe I didn't bookmark it. Let me see. So Vamandev is begging 3 steps of land from Bali Maharaj. That is the chapter here. I'll quickly go down the translation so you will remember where we are. So it says 33. So Shukracharya came, right? So Bali Maharaj, after Vamandev gave the reasons why only he should be satisfied with 3 steps, he wants only 3 steps. So Bali Maharaj said, all right, just take whatever you want, no problem. And he got ready, giving, he took some water and he was going to offer to Vamandev. And immediately Shukracharya came and he started putting forward his arguments. What did Shukracharya say? Text 30. O son of Virochana, this brahmachari in the form of a dwarf is directly the imperishable supreme personality of Godhead, Vishnu. Accepting Kashyapa Muni as his father and Aditi as his mother, he has now appeared in order to fulfill the interests of the demigods. Who are the demigods? Your enemies. He is coming from the enemy's camp. You do not know what a dangerous position you have accepted by promising to give him land. I do not think that this promise is good for you. It will bring great harm to the demons, not just to you, but to your whole, species, right? All the demons. This person, falsely appearing as a brahmachari, is actually the supreme personality of Godhead, Hari. Who is Hari? One who takes away everything from you. But actually, what does it mean? One who takes away everything from you means, how do the acharyas explain? They take everything away from you which give you misery in this world. I mean, Hari takes away everything from you which actually gives you misery, and he gives you the ultimate eternal happiness. But yeah, Shukracharya is saying he's Hari who has come in the form, in this form, to take away all your land, wealth, beauty, power, fame, and education. After taking everything from you, he will deliver it to Indra, your enemy. So actually, we read this also. I'll just continue. You have promised to give him 3 steps of land in charity, but when you give it, he will occupy the 3 worlds. You are a rascal. You do not know what a great mistake you have made. After giving everything to Lord Vishnu, you will have no means of livelihood. How then shall you live? So there, if you remember, we discussed about the difference between a Smarta Brahmana, Smarta Brahmana, because Brahmana can also be a Vaishnava Brahmana. We saw the difference between what is the consciousness of a Smarta Brahmana. That's what Srila Prabhupada had explained in the purport, right? So even though he is following the Brahminical rules and regulations, the purpose is ultimately sense gratification, material results. He wants only material results, maybe even going to heavenly planets. That is all he is interested in. So Shukracharya, from his words, right, he's calling Bali Maharaj a rascal because he wants to give everything to the Supreme Lord Vishnu. That means what is the consciousness of Shukracharya? He is a Smarta Brahmana. We can understand from this like that. Okay. And also he's concerned about his own livelihood. He is dependent on Bali Maharaj. If Bali Maharaj loses everything, where will he get his maintenance from? So is there any faith in the Supreme Lord in his case? Even though he's a Brahmana, my Lord will maintain me. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Is he thinking like that? No. So we can clearly understand he is not a Vaishnava. Okay, so now we'll start, I think, text 34. I think we only did one shloka the other day, right? Does anyone remember? Did we read Vamandev will first?
How did then Bali Maharaj accepted him as Guru Mataji then?
Because by seminal, right? Like you have Kul Guru, like for all the Daityas, the Guru is Shukracharya, right? So he accepted like that. Just like if you say somebody, when we go to school, I have a science teacher and the science teacher is my guru, my science guru. So how did I accept means that was, that's the circumstance in which I am, right? I have to accept because I'm in that school, I've been admitted in that school and that's my guru. Something like that. Bali Maharaj is born in the family of Daityas and the guru of the Daityas is Shukracharya, like that. Okay. So we will continue. So I don't think we did text 34. We'll just start with text 34 today. Do you remember who's supposed to read? Kramato gam padai. Who?
I'm supposed to read it.
Go ahead.
Saujanya.
Yeah. Kramato gam padaikena dvitiyena divam vibhoho kham chakayena mahata tati yasya kuto gatihi. Mataji. Saujanya.
Translation. Vamandeva will first occupy the 3 worlds with 1 step. Then he will take his 2nd step and occupy everything in outer space. And then he will expand his universal body to occupy everything. Where will you offer him the 3rd step?
Yeah. So you see, those who are Trikalagyas, even by the power of their, austerities, somebody can get this type of power, right? So Shukracharya is able to see future. He's able to see what is going to happen in future. He's not an ordinary Muni, remember. Always remember this. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, of all Kavis, I am Ushana Kavi. Kavi means a Muni, right? A great thinker. So he's especially empowered that way. The Lord says, of all Kavis, I am Shukracharya. So Shukracharya is able to see by his power that what is going to come in the future. He's saying Vamandev will first occupy all 3 worlds. That means Bhur Bhuva Swaha, right? All lower planets, he'll occupy up to Swarga, all the planets with 1 step. Then he will take his 2nd step and occupy everything in outer space. Above that, whatever is there in outer space, he will occupy with his 2nd step. And then still you owe him the 3rd step. Where will you give him? Everything is covered. The whole universe is covered with 2 steps. Where will you give him the third step? Okay, so Prajna is going to read purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So Shukracharya wanted to tell Bali Maharaja how he would be cheated by Lord Ramana. You have promised me 3 steps, he said. But with only 2 steps, all your possessions will be finished. And how then will you give him place for his 3rd step? Shukracharya did not know how the Lord protects his devotees. The devotee must risk everything in his possession for the service of the Lord, but he is always protected and never defeated. By materialistic calculations, Shukracharya thought that Bali Maharaja would under no circumstances be able to keep his promise to the Brahmachari, Lord Ramanadeva.
Yeah. So this is, see, bhakti is, the Lord is Achintya, bhakti is also Achintya. It's Achintya. If you try to calculate with our material logic, you will not find out how it is possible. So therefore, the basic qualification to enter into pure devotion is Shraddha. You have to have that faith. You should be able to accept even those things which I'm not able to understand with my mind and intelligence. I must be able to accept based on Shraddha. Shraddha in what? Shraddha in the Lord, Shraddha in the Lord's words that come in the Shastra, Shraddha in the Lord's devotees who have actually lived by this bhakti and they have perfected their lives. And you listen to their words and you have faith. I may not be able to explain it with my logic and intelligence, but I have faith in the follower of the Lord. He is saying it, right? So let's say Srila Prabhupada makes some statements in the purports. I have faith that he won't tell anything which is not right. I may not be able to understand because he's saying that it must be right. That is called Shraddha. When we have this type of Shraddha, then the Lord will actually reveal things to us. But you have to have that at first. You have to have Shraddha and accept it first. After you accept it, then you will understand how it is true. It's not that you will never understand, but foolishly we have to simply accept. No, you will understand. And besides, sometimes even the other person knows how it is, even if the person tries to explain, because I don't have the qualification, I cannot understand, because I'm still trying to see within my box of my intelligence, my material intelligence, material mind, logically I try to prove. So here Shukracharya is not a devotee, Bali Maharaj is a devotee. So Shukracharya is not able to understand, if Vamandev takes everything away, how this Bali Maharaj is going to live. If he gives everything, how he will live. But what will a devotee think? What is Srila Prabhupada saying in the purport? A devotee must risk everything for the service of the Lord. Like Srila Prabhupada. How did he risk at that age? Which person with common sense would think that? That's what Sumati Morarji said, right? You are an old man. If you go in a, on a voyage in a ship, you won't live, you will die. And even if you reach there, it is so cold, there's nobody who's there to support you. It's not like here in India where people respect sadhus and they will invite in their homes, they will organize some programs and they'll give you some prasadam. No, nobody will be there, you will die. Don't go, she said, you just stay here happily, I will arrange programs for you. But what did Srila Prabhupada do? It doesn't matter even if I die. I have to go. This is my Guru Maharaj's instruction to me. And more, of course, that is Guru Maharaj's instruction, and also the heart of a Vaishnava. Like recently we saw Prahlad Maharaj, exactly in the same mood. A devotee cannot see the suffering of others. That is his worst suffering. The whole world is drowning in ignorance. I cannot just stand and watch. I cannot just go back to Godhead for myself and see everyone else drown. I am ready to go to hell myself in order to help them in whatever little way. Prahlad Maharaj said, to the extent that until there's even one foolish person remaining in this world trying to enjoy material happiness, let me stay here. Let me stay here in this material world. I am ready to go to hell. I want to send all these ignorant, foolish people back to Godhead. So this is the mood of a devotee. That means he will risk everything. The point is that a devotee must risk everything. His life, his energy, his youth, everything. But someone who's not a devotee, he will think, so foolish. You're risking everything, and this is not the way to do. You have to do both. You have to hold on to this also and this also, right? Be balanced. You hold on to this also. Why? Why you need balance? You need balance when you don't have enough faith. And it's true. If you don't have enough faith, then you don't pretend that you have full faith. But at least be humble enough to say that, yes, I don't have faith yet. That makes me humble. And when I become humble, that actually helps me progress in bhakti. But someone who has that type of faith, he won't think back. Because like Prahlad Maharaj, his father put him in, just see the extremes. His father put him in hot, boiling is not the word. Hot, yeah, oil, right? Really hot oil, steaming oil. He put his Prahlad Maharaj in that. Did Prahlad Maharaj become disturbed? He had full faith. This is called Purna Shraddha. Full faith in the Supreme Lord. And did anything happen to him? What did Hiranyakashipu think? He'll be dead. But what happened? Who will explain this? What is the logic that will explain that a small boy, 5 years old, is thrown into a vat of hot oil and nothing happens to him? It all turns into flowers or something. Who can explain this? Logically, scientifically, who will explain this? But the devotee has that faith, and the Lord also, he's always there, right? Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Krishna says, I carry what he needs. And the devotee has faith, and because the devotee has such faith, Krishna is always very, very attentive to such a devotee. So really all we have to develop is that faith in Krishna. That's all we have to develop through our chanting, through our association. We have to develop that faith in the Lord, and everything else will follow after that. We'll get sadhu sangha, and then we will practice bhajan, and everything will happen. So Prabhupada is saying a devotee must risk, like in this case, Bali Maharaj. He's willing to give. We will see that. The devotee must risk everything in his possession for the service of the Lord, but he is always protected and he is never defeated. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Go Arjun, declare it boldly. My devotee will never perish. A devotee has this faith. A non-devotee has this faith? No. Shukracharya doesn't have this faith. By materialistic calculations, Shukracharya thought that Bali Maharaj would under no circumstances be able to keep his promise to the Brahmachari Lord Vamandev. That means, okay, you may think that, all right, it's okay, even if I lose everything, still, at least I'll be truthful to my promise. I have promised something to the Lord. No, you won't even be able to keep your promise. 3 steps he's asking, 2 steps only is going to take everything. Where you will put your 3rd step? You will be a liar because you promised to give and still you won't be able to give. And also you will lose everything that you have. You'll become a beggar. So it is not it is not a profitable proposal at all, according to Shukracharya. So, yeah. So Shukracharya is still instructing. So Shukracharya said that he's going to take everything. How you will give him the 3rd step? Nishtam te narake manye yapradatuhu pratishrutam pratishrutasya yonishaha pratipadayitum bhavan.
We
Okay.
were reading Mataji, probably. Right? Arunita is supposed to read, I think.
No, Saujanya Mataji and Prajna read just now.
Because Saujanya Mataji missed. I mean, she wanted to read, remember? I think that's the...
Is that Mataji? Is that the thing? Saujanya Mataji? Anyway.
We read, I mean...
Yes, Mataji. I had missed. So you said like maybe after Ananya Mataji I can read. So I just read it now. Otherwise the flow was Ananya Mataji.
Okay, so Ananya Mataji read.
I read, Prabhuji read, Arunita is pending.
Go ahead. Yeah, thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
You will certainly be unable to fulfill your promise, and I think that because of this inability, your eternal residence will be in hell.
Not only you will lose everything, and you will lose your fame because you'll be a liar. Imagine, promise to give something to a Brahmana. What type of a Brahmana? The Supreme Lord, and he couldn't even fulfill that promise. So you will lose that fame. And in this life, anyway, you'll become a pauper, you'll lose everything, and you'll live in utter poverty. And after this life, you'll live in hell for not keeping your promise. So you are doomed, Bali Maharaj. That's what Shukracharya is saying. न तद्दानं प्रशंसन्ति येन वृत्तिर्विपद्यते दानं यज्ञस्तपः कर्म लोके वृत्तिमतो यतः. Inba?
Learned scholars do not praise that charity which endangers one's own livelihood. Charity, sacrifice, austerity, and fruitive activities are possible for one who is competent to earn his livelihood properly. They are not possible for one who cannot maintain himself.
So you see, Shastras also you have on different levels. Remember, I told you Dharma Shastra, Dharma is on various levels. Dharma is on the level of body, Dharma is on the level of soul, Dharma is on the level of servant of the Lord. So you should not, like somebody says this, you cannot just say this is wrong. It is not wrong. But to whom? This is applicable to whom? To someone who's on the bodily platform, then this is done. Just like, in lower grades, you say 2 minus 5, it's not possible, right? To first grader, if he says generally what children do, you do 2 minus 5. I see even now sometimes my younger children do that. They do 5 minus 2 and write the answer 3. Is that correct? You have 2 minus 5. That means from 2 you're supposed to remove 5. What they do, oh, that is small one, it doesn't go. So 5 minus 2 they do and they write the answer 3. And that is wrong, right? Actually, when they say 2 minus 5, what should you say in first grade, second grade? It's not possible. From 2, you cannot subtract 5. But the same thing, when you come to a higher grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, is 2 minus 5 possible or not? Yes, it is possible. 2 minus 5 means plus 2 and negative 5. So negative 5, from negative 5, you take out positive 2 and remaining is negative 3. It's possible. But when someone is in second grade, you cannot explain that. You cannot explain that. Similarly, somebody who's on bodily platform, for them that is only dharma. Be truthful, don't cheat, this and that, right? That is dharma. Think about your safety and don't, you don't harm others, but you protect your body and your things. That is dharma on a lower level, like first grade. But that's not the ultimate. You can come to higher levels. Then there is dharma on soul level, right? Dharma on soul level is don't consider profit, but profit or loss, victory or defeat, happiness or distress, under all circumstances, without considering these, you always do your dharma, your duty. Not that do your duty so that you can get a result. No, whether you get, this is called nishkama karma. Nishkama karma. Just do your duty. Whether you get profit, loss, it does not matter. Just do. Why? Because when I get attached to the result, it's going to bind me to this world. So therefore I should give up. It's okay. I should just keep doing my dharma. That is another level. Even higher than that is do that which pleases the Lord. There, even if it is not on a lower level of dharma, even if it is not correct, still it's okay to do. Like Krishna told Yudhishthir Maharaj, right? You tell Dronacharya that Ashwatthama is killed, only then we can win. Why Yudhishthir Maharaj should have heard? Because Krishna is telling, I am a servant of Krishna. Whatever Krishna says, I will do it. And that is the highest dharma. You understand? So dharma is on different levels. So here Shukracharya is talking from what platform? Obviously from the lower platform. So what is Shukracharya saying? Learned scholars do not praise that charity. Yes, you should give charity, but learned people don't praise that type of charity which endangers one's own livelihood, right? By giving charity, if you are losing your own maintenance, you're not able to eat, right? You give so much charity that you don't have food in your house. That type of charity you should not do. First, you take care of your family, your everything, and whatever extra you can give in charity. Like this learned persons say. Not only charity, sacrifice, austerity, fruitive activities, they are possible for one who is competent to earn his livelihood properly. If you don't have money, then how you will do all these things? How you will give charity? How you will perform sacrifice? To do all these things, first you should have some money. So you should keep your livelihood in place first. Someone who has no livelihood, how he will do all these things? So this charity which you are going to give to Vaman Dev, if it is going to take away your livelihood, how you will do your other yagyas? So you should not give this charity to Vaman Dev. That is the argument offered by Shukracharya. All these sacrifice austerities are not possible for one who cannot even maintain himself. That's what Shukracharya is saying. So I'm going to stop here. I know it is my fault. I started late. I will try to join on time. And also it's 8 o'clock. So we didn't do Bhagavad Gita and Lilamrita. I will try to join on time from tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. All of you have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness. I will see you tomorrow and today evening, Chaitanya Charitamrita.